The impact of ideology on mankind is a complex and multifaceted issue. Ideologies can be both constructive and destructive, depending on various factors such as their nature, application, and the context in which they are implemented. Constructive aspects of ideology. Sense of purpose and direction. Ideologies can provide individuals and groups with a sense of purpose and direction, helping to unify people around common goals and values. Social cohesion. Shared ideologies can foster social cohesion and solidarity, promoting cooperation and collective action for the common good. Motivation for change. Ideologies often drive social and political movements aimed at addressing injustices and bringing about positive change. Examples include movements for civil rights, gender equality, and environmental protection. Framework for understanding. Ideologies offer frameworks for interpreting the world and making sense of complex social and political phenomena. Destructive aspects of ideology. Intolerance and conflict. Strong adherence to certain ideologies can lead to intolerance and conflict, as differing beliefs may clash, resulting in discrimination, violence, or even war. Suppression of dissent. Ideological rigidity can suppress dissent and stifle intellectual freedom, leading to authoritarianism and the persecution of those with differing views. Justification of harm. Ideologies can be used to justify harmful actions, including human rights abuses and violence against marginalized groups, in the name of a perceived greater good. Polarization. Ideological divides can contribute to social and political polarization, making it difficult to achieve consensus and cooperate on important issues. Historical examples. Constructive. The Enlightenment ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity influenced the development of modern democracies and human rights. Destructive. Totalitarian ideologies like fascism and communism in the 20th century led to widespread atrocities, including genocide and mass repression. Conclusion. Ideologies are neither inherently good nor bad, their impact depends on how they are interpreted and applied. While they can inspire positive change and social progress, they also have the potential to cause division, oppression, and violence. Balancing ideological commitment with openness to dialogue and compromise is crucial for minimizing the destructive potential of ideologies and maximizing their constructive contributions to society. Rewrite this as a lecture. ChatGPT. Lecture: The Impact of Ideology on Mankind. Good morning/afternoon/evening, everyone. Today, we will explore the profound and multifaceted impact of ideology on mankind. This is a topic that requires us to delve into the constructive and destructive potentials of ideologies, examining how they shape our societies, drive change, and sometimes lead to conflict. Constructive aspects of ideology. Let's begin with the positive side of the spectrum. Sense of purpose and direction. Ideologies often provide individuals and groups with a clear sense of purpose and direction. By uniting people around common goals and values, ideologies can inspire collective action and a shared vision for the future. Social cohesion. When people share a common ideology, it fosters social cohesion and solidarity. This unity is crucial for cooperation and collective action, which can lead to the achievement of significant societal goals. Motivation for change. Many social and political movements that aim to address injustices and bring about positive change are driven by strong ideological beliefs. Consider the civil rights movement, the push for gender equality, and environmental activism. Each of these movements has its roots in a powerful ideology that motivates and sustains it. Framework for understanding. Ideologies offer frameworks that help individuals make sense of complex social and political phenomena. They provide interpretative lenses through which we can understand the world and our place within it. Destructive aspects of ideology. Now, let's turn our attention to the potential dangers of ideologies. Intolerance and conflict. Strong adherence to certain ideologies can lead to intolerance and conflict. When different belief systems clash, it can result in discrimination, violence, or even war. History is replete with examples of ideological conflicts that have caused immense suffering. Suppression of dissent. Ideological rigidity often suppresses dissent and stifles intellectual freedom. This can lead to authoritarianism, where those in power persecute individuals and groups with differing views, undermining democratic principles and human rights. Justification of harm. Unfortunately, ideologies can sometimes be used to justify harmful actions. In the name of a perceived greater good, individuals and groups may commit atrocities, including human rights abuses and violence against marginalized communities. Polarization. Ideological divides contribute to social and political polarization. This polarization makes it challenging to achieve consensus and cooperate on critical issues, leading to a fragmented and divided society. Historical examples. To illustrate these points, let's look at a few historical examples. Constructive example, the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity profoundly influenced the development of modern democracies and human rights. These ideals provided the philosophical foundation for significant social and political progress. Destructive example, totalitarianism. In the 20th century, totalitarian ideologies such as fascism and communism led to widespread atrocities, including genocide and mass repression. These ideologies, in their extreme forms, justified horrific actions in the name of ideological purity and state control. Conclusion. In conclusion, ideologies are neither inherently good nor bad. Their impact depends on how they are interpreted and applied. While they have the power to inspire positive change and social progress, they also possess the potential to cause division, oppression, and violence. The key to harnessing the constructive potential of ideologies while minimizing their destructive impact lies in balancing ideological commitment with openness to dialogue and compromise. By fostering a culture of understanding and cooperation, we can work towards a more just and cohesive society. Thank you for your attention. I look forward to our discussion and any questions you might have. What might replace ideology in the future? Exploring alternatives. As we consider the potential evolution of societal frameworks, it's interesting to speculate on what might replace traditional ideologies in the future. Let's explore some possible alternatives, how they might emerge, and why they could become prominent. 1. Data-driven decision-making. How advances in technology and big data analytics could lead to a society where decisions are increasingly based on empirical evidence and real-time data analysis rather than ideological beliefs. Why? This shift could occur because data-driven approaches promise more efficient and effective solutions to complex problems. By relying on objective data, societies could minimize the biases and conflicts often associated with ideological thinking. 2. Human-centered design and empathy. How? A focus on human-centered design principles, emphasizing empathy, inclusivity, and user experience, could shape future societal frameworks. This approach prioritizes understanding and addressing the needs and perspectives of diverse individuals. Why? As global awareness of social justice and human rights issues grows, there could be a move towards systems that prioritize human well-being over rigid ideological constructs. This shift could foster greater social cohesion and inclusivity. 3. Sustainability and ecological balance. How? With increasing environmental challenges, a sustainability-oriented framework could replace traditional ideologies. This approach would prioritize ecological balance, resource conservation, and long-term environmental health. Why? The urgency of addressing climate change and environmental degradation could drive societies to adopt frameworks that prioritize sustainability. This approach could ensure the survival and well-being of future generations. 4. Interdisciplinary and holistic approaches. How? Future frameworks might integrate insights from various disciplines, such as science, philosophy, psychology, and the arts, to address societal issues comprehensively and holistically. Why? Complex global challenges require multifaceted solutions. Interdisciplinary approaches can provide a more nuanced understanding of problems and foster innovative solutions that go beyond the limitations of single ideology perspectives. 5. Global governance and cooperation. How? As globalization continues, there could be a move towards global governance structures that emphasize cooperation, shared values, and collective problem solving. Why? Many contemporary issues, such as climate change, pandemics, and economic inequality, are global in nature. Effective solutions require international collaboration and the establishment of shared frameworks that transcend national and ideological boundaries. 6. Technological and ethical paradigms. How advances in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and other emerging technologies could lead to new ethical paradigms and frameworks for decision-making. Why, as technology increasingly shapes our lives, societies might adopt ethical guidelines and frameworks that address the unique challenges and opportunities presented by technological advancements. This shift could ensure that technological progress benefits humanity as a whole. Conclusion. While it's challenging to predict the exact nature of future societal frameworks, it's likely that they will be shaped by the need to address complex global challenges, technological advancements, and a growing emphasis on human well-being and sustainability. By moving beyond traditional ideologies, future societies could adopt more adaptive, inclusive, and evidence-based approaches to governance and problem-solving. The key will be fostering a culture of openness, empathy, and collaboration to navigate the complexities of an ever-changing world. The future of government in a post-ideological world. As we envision a future where traditional ideologies may be replaced by new frameworks, it's essential to consider how these changes would affect government structures, functions, and roles. Let's delve into the potential impacts on governance in a world increasingly driven by data, empathy, sustainability, interdisciplinarity, global cooperation, and technological advancements. 1. Data-driven governance. Impact. Governments would increasingly rely on data analytics to inform policy decisions. Real-time data collection and analysis would guide resource allocation, public health initiatives, urban planning, and more. Changes. Evidence-based policy making. Policies would be based on empirical evidence, reducing the influence of partisan ideologies. Transparency and accountability. Data transparency would enhance government accountability, as citizens could track the effectiveness of policies and public spending. Efficiency. Improved decision-making processes would lead to more efficient use of resources and better outcomes for citizens. 2. Empathy-centered leadership. Impact. Government leaders would prioritize empathy and inclusivity, focusing on policies that address the needs of all citizens, especially marginalized groups. Changes. Inclusive policies. Development of policies that cater to diverse populations, ensuring equitable access to services and opportunities. Participatory governance. Increased citizen engagement and participation in the decision-making process, fostering a sense of ownership and community. Social justice. Greater emphasis on social justice issues, leading to reforms in areas such as criminal justice, education, and healthcare. 3. Sustainability-oriented policies. Impact. Governments would adopt sustainability as a core principle, integrating environmental considerations into all aspects of governance. Changes. Environmental regulations. Implementation of stringent environmental regulations to protect natural resources and mitigate climate change. Sustainable development. Promotion of sustainable economic development practices, balancing growth with environmental preservation. Green technologies. Investment in green technologies and renewable energy sources, driving innovation and job creation in sustainable industries. 4. Interdisciplinary and holistic approaches. Impact. Governments would employ interdisciplinary approaches to address complex societal challenges, drawing on insights from various fields. Changes. Collaborative policy making. Collaboration between government agencies, academic institutions, and private sectors to develop comprehensive solutions. Integrated services. Holistic service delivery models that address multiple needs simultaneously, such as combining healthcare, education, and social services. Innovation. Encouragement of innovative practices and solutions by leveraging diverse expertise and perspectives. 5. Global governance and cooperation impact. Governments would participate in and contribute to global governance structures, working together to solve international issues. Changes. International collaboration. Strengthened international institutions and agreements to address global challenges like climate change, pandemics, and economic inequality. Shared standards. Development of global standards and regulations to ensure consistency and fairness across borders. Conflict resolution. Enhanced mechanisms for peaceful conflict resolution and cooperation on security issues. 6. Technological and ethical paradigms. Impact. Governments would integrate ethical considerations into the deployment and regulation of emerging technologies. Changes. Regulation of technology. Creation of regulatory frameworks to govern the use of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and other advanced technologies. Ethical guidelines. Establishment of ethical guidelines to ensure that technological advancements benefit society and protect individual rights. Digital governance. Adoption of digital governance tools to improve service delivery, enhance citizen engagement, and increase transparency. Conclusion. The potential replacement of traditional ideologies with new frameworks would fundamentally transform government operations and structures. By embracing data-driven decision-making, empathy-centered leadership, sustainability, interdisciplinarity, global cooperation, and ethical technological integration, future governments could become more adaptive, inclusive, and effective in addressing the needs of their citizens. These changes would help create more resilient and equitable societies, capable of navigating the complexities of an interconnected and rapidly evolving world.